In the previous episode of foundations, we studied the various classification of the deep foundation, in which we studied the pile foundation based on function. In this episode, we are going to study the pile foundation based on material, especially the various types of concrete pile. The concrete piles are further divided into precast and cast in situ piles. Let us study the precast pile.
Precast piles are the piles made from concrete. The precast piles are generally used for a maximum design load of about 800 kN. They are enforced to withstand handling stress. The size of the pile vary from 30 cm diameter to 50 cm and the length is up to 20 meter. A concrete cover of at least 50 mm is provided. A steel shoe properly secured to the pile is provided at the bottom. These piles are driven piles. These piles can be rectangular, octagonal or circular.
The cast in situ piles are further divided into driven piles and bored or drilled piles. The driven piles are of two types, that is the cased piles and the uncased piles. The cased piles are those piles in which the casing is not removed, the casing remains with the piles. Let us study the different types of cased pile.
Raymond piles. They are friction piles uniformly tapered at 1 in 30 reach. The length of the pile vary from 6 meters to 12 meters. The diameter of the pile vary from 40 centimeters to 60 cm at top and 20 to 30 centimeters at bottom. The pile consists of thin corrugated steel shell which is driven with the help of mantle or a core. Once the shell is driven to the desired depth, core is removed and concreting is done. MacArthur cased pile. This pile is of uniform diameter. A heavy steel casing is driven in the soil to the desired length. After reaching desired depth, the corrugated shell is placed in the casing. Concreting is done by gradual compacting it. The casing is then removed. Union metal monotube pile. These are tapered piles without mandrel or core. The shell is made of heavy steel which is driven in the soil to the required length. Then it is filled with concrete. These piles can be friction or end bearing pile. Swag piles. Swag piles are used where the soil is hard. A steel pile or shell is placed on a concrete plug. The shell is driven in the soil with the help of a core. Due to the pressure of core on the shell, it swags out on the plug, which makes it watertight. Once the plug and pile reaches the desired depth, the core is removed and the shell is filled with concrete. Western button bottom pile. These piles are used in locations where increase in the end bearing area is desired. The pile uses a concrete plug of the shape of a button. These piles are used up to the length of 23 meters. The steel casing is placed on the concrete button and driven to the specified length. The corrugated shell is inserted in the casing. The shell is filled with concrete. Once the concrete is done, the steel casing is removed. Reinforcement can also be used if required.
Uncased pile are the driven piles in which the casing is used only for the concreting purpose. Once the concreting is done, the casing is removed. Let us study the different types of uncased piles.
Now we will see the uncased cast in situ pile. Simplex pile. Simplex piles are driven through hard or soft soils. A steel tube fitted with cast iron shoe is driven into the ground up to the required depth. Reinforcement is provided if required. Concrete is then poured in the tube. The steel tube is gradually removed. Franke piles. A steel tube is set vertically with concrete at the bottom. This steel tube is driven in the soil up to the desired depth. With the drop hammer, the concrete is forced down and outward, which results in formation of enlarged bulb at the bottom. This gives the effect of spread footing. The pile can be reinforced. The concrete is poured and hammered gradually. The steel tube is then removed. The diameter of the Franke pile is 50 to 60 centimeters and the bulb at the bottom has a diameter of about 90 centimeters. Vibro piles. These piles are used where the ground is soft. Steel tube with iron shoe is driven in the soil. Concrete is poured up to a certain level. Then the tube is removed, leaving behind the concrete and the shoe. Another tube of lesser diameter with flat shoe is inserted up to the concrete level. The tube is driven down to penetrate in the concrete, which result in the formation of bulged edge. The reinforcement cage is lowered in the tube, which rests on the flat shoe. The tube is removed after filling it with the concrete. MacArthur pedestal pile. These piles are used where thin bearing stratum is reached. The core and the casing are driven together into the soil to the desired level. The core is taken out and concrete is filled up to 1/3 level. The core is again inserted and the casing is lifted up by 50 centimeters to 1 meter. The core is hammered on the concrete, resulting in the formation of a bulb or a pedestal. The core is removed and the concrete is filled gradually by ramming. The casing is then removed.
Unlike driven piles, bored or drilled piles are the piles which are drilled in the ground. Let us study the different types of bored or drilled piles. Pressure piles. Pressure piles are the drilled piles which are drilled up to the required depth. The pressure piles are so named because the concrete that is filled in the casing is with the help of pressure. Once the drilling is complete, a casing is inserted and a pile cap is introduced. Then the concrete is filled in the casing with the help of pressure. Once the concrete is filled, the cap and the casing is removed. Underrim piles. Underrim piles are bored cast in situ concrete piles having one or more bulbs by enlarging the bore holes for the pile stem by an underrimming tool. The diameter of the bulb is generally 2.5 times the diameter of the pile stem. The bulb so formed is inspected thoroughly. The reinforcement cage is then lowered in the bore hole. Concrete is gradually placed in the hole and compacted. The maximum depth of the underrim piles is 3.5 meters and mostly used for the less loads. Bored compaction piles. Bored compaction piles are the modification of the underrim piles. These piles are cast in situ piles which combine the advantages of both bored and driven piles. The method of boring the piles and concreting the pile is the same as that of the underrim piles, except that the reinforcement cage is not placed in the bore hole before concreting. After the concreting is over, the reinforcement cage is driven through the freshly laid concrete. Due to this feature, the compaction of the surrounding soil as well as concrete are affected and the load carrying capacity is increased by 1.5 to 2 times over normal underrim piles. These piles are particularly suitable in loose to medium dense sandy and silty strata.